money, ma. I be on the money grind. Money say I'm hella fine. I ain't worried about no debt. I be working overtime. They say I'm a triple threat. Couple bodies on the stretch. Headhunter.
Hi everybody, it's Kitty and we are back for another episode of Hustle Season. We have been having great guests. I'm so excited for this season. And we have another great guest here with us in the studio today. If you may introduce yourself.
I'm Charles Garner III.
Okay, Charles Garner III. So Charles Garner III, he is here with us to talk with us about what he has going on and everything. So go ahead and tell the people who you are, what you do, what you got going on.
I'm Charles Garner III. I'm a professional boxer from Buffalo, New York. I train kids in the city. I train adults too. I help train fighters. I do all the training at the Buffalo Boxing Club with the owner, Joe Macy. And my bro, Matt Burns, he's like the head coach. So that's what I do. I do one-on-one sessions. And outside of helping people build their confidence and get in shape and learn how to fight, I beat up people for a living.
You beat up people? I love it. I might need you for something. No, seriously. So I love it. So what made you get into boxing? Like, how young did you start boxing?
I started late. I started at 17.
Oh.
Yeah, going on 18. So.
Well, that's really inspirational.
Yeah.
So I know it may not look like it, but I have a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And he trains at Cassell's in Niagara Falls. I don't know if you heard of Cassell's.
Yeah.
And I was telling him that I was interviewing a boxer. And he was gonna come, but he ended up just flaking last minute.
Yeah.
But so this interview would actually really help him because he's like there. He started off at 17. And he want to build himself into a boxer too, so that's great. So what, like, as far as, okay, so you said you started at 17, right? What was your, like, motivating factor to say, hey, I want to start boxing? Do you remember what that mindset was?
Yeah, I actually wasn't even thinking about boxing. I was just thinking about going to school and just getting money, and going to work and stuff. But my friend, he like a big bro now, Arhan Costello, who a boxer too. He like 2-0 as a pro boxer now. Okay. He coached people. He has suggested it. Like at the time, he was a stranger. Okay. And he just overheard me talking to Adriana Viverette, about like life. We was just talking and stuff. And then I was telling her how I didn't want to do sports anymore because I was playing football and I was running track at the time. But I was tired of like all the hard work kind of. Right. And then next thing you know, he suggested that in that same week that he suggested it, about like a couple of days before, I had got snuffed. So since I had got snuffed, me getting snuffed kind of poured into me being like, all right, you know what, I'm gonna try this out.
Ain't nobody about to play with me no more, right?
So yeah.
Well, that's great. That's really inspirational. It sounds like you had like a lot of support, like, you know, getting into it and everything. So that's great. I know there's a lot of kids out there that probably want to do the same thing, but they may not have like the support to back it, or like, you know how you have like an idea, but it's just an idea. It never really turns into anything. So what advice do you have for like those kids? Like, because like, if I'm being honest, my son, he's like one of those. He has the idea and he has my support, but there's not like too much mentorship. Casals do great, but you know, outside of that. So what advice do you have for the kids that like just might want to get into it, but they just may not be confident enough? They may not, you know where to start.
Well, like the support, I just had him as my support when I started Arhan. That was really it for like a couple of years, like in the beginning. And then I eventually stumbled upon Daryl Graham, and then he was my support. But to get started, because I was scared out of my mind for sure, like to get into boxing, period, because I wasn't a fighter like at all. Like I wasn't really like that. Like I was timid and stuff. But I would just say, just like, honestly, just go for it, because like on the other side of fear is like great things. Because like if you spend your whole life being fearful of like, you're gonna always end up with the what ifs every time. And I was more scared of the what ifs than like what I was fearful of like getting hit or like this could happen or this could happen. It was more so like, you know, what if something good come from this? Yeah. Like, you know, that's a better what if than, man, I could have did that, you know, or I should have did this, you know, as years go by. So that's really what it was. Yeah. It's just a decision. You just mentally just be like, all right, I'm going to do it. It's going to, and mostly anything you do, you're going to suck at first. I sucked for like the first 2.5 years, I think. And then after that, I got like mad good. But it's consistency. Like you can't get good at nothing unless you're consistent. That's what most people lack is consistency. So
yeah, and I agree with that 100%. I think that I could definitely agree with you on that. Consistency plays a huge part in anything that you do. And like if you're not consistent, you're bound to like lose your momentum, lose your drive, your ambition behind things. That's why I always strive on this podcast to tell people like consistency is everything, you know, just.
Yeah, because you're not always going to be motivated.
Yeah. And it's so easy to get distracted. Like it's so easy to get distracted by what everybody else is doing around you or just trying to keep up with everything or even just like the little things like in your personal life that, you know, really don't even fall into what you're doing. It's just so hard, so easy to get distracted. So that's what I always try to push: consistency. Consistency is power. So that's great. I love the confidence building in boxing. I love how you are actually training. You said you train youth?
Yeah, I train kids from like 4 to adults. Like,
So how does that go for you? How does I know you probably didn't think that you would be a trainer when you first started with boxing and everything. So did you just like build like enough confidence to just be like, you know what, let me teach others how to get into it?
It was more so like I was just in the gym and then people was like coming up to me like always asking me like questions on how to do whatever because obviously I started getting good, so they wanted to learn. And then I show them. And then I didn't really think too hard into it until like I think like my 5th year maybe into boxing. And this little kid named Jay Sean, his parents had reached out to me about training him. And I was like, all right, bet. He was like the first kid I ever trained. He was nasty. Like I made him nasty. I built him from the ground up like myself. Like, you know, like no assistants, nobody else pouring into him. It was just me, him, like I think we was training before I took him to the boxing gym to spar. We was training at the Edward Saunders Community Center in the weight room, and we was training every day. Like I would come from practice, I train him, or I train him before I go to practice, and I just spent all my time with him. So like literally like as long as his parents was bringing him consistently, that's what made it easy for him to learn. Because kids are sponges. All kids actually could do literally whatever. It just take their parents to actually like bring them to something consistently to make sure that they learning and adapting. Because if they only come in once, that's hard to teach somebody like all the stuff that they need to be taught. It's like going to school. You ain't going to school just once a week.
Right. And it's like that. It's the encouragement at home. You know what I mean? Like that's another big thing about like youth, like growing into what they want to do. Like it starts at home. Like even though I do know like a lot of kids who have grown into like me, I personally lived in a huge household. Like my mom had 10 kids.
Well, snap.
10 of us. You know what I mean? So it was hard to like just focus on 1 or 2 of the kids on what they wanted to do. And I had wanted to be a dancer before. Like I wanted to like dance like ballet and hip hop. And I wasn't able to do that because I had older sisters who wanted to dance. And then when they didn't want to do it anymore, it was just like, she don't want to do it again with me now because they already like messed it up. So it's like I didn't really have like my mom, she was great, you know, rest in peace to her, but I really didn't have the encouragement or like the push to do the things that I wanted to do. So like my childhood was just basically like, you know, just growing into adulthood, and then adulthood was just basically like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So the encouragement at home is big. I know that if I had that, I would be like teaching at Juilliard right now. But it does it does show a difference. Like, although I feel like I'm doing great things now, I had to pick that up once I was an adult.
Yeah.
Once, like, all of that kind of, like, I wasn't able to start at a young age. I had to figure out life when I got older.
Yeah.
So it's definitely great for people who do have parents or do have like mentors to like have that encouragement at home, because it's like, you know, it could make you be great.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that you're able to be a part of that dynamic. That's really great. I wanted to ask you, like, your wins versus your losses, right? Mm-hmm. So have you lost a fight?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, because let me not offend. So your wins versus your losses, right? I know winning is such a fulfilling, you know, experience and everything, and losing may cause a damper. How do you be able to still maintain your confidence after a loss, knowing that you put a lot into it and everything like that? How are you able to pick yourself back up and say, you know what, the next fight is I'm gonna win? Like, how does that process look?
Well, my bro Arhan and my bro Greg Brady and Desmond, and like just like friends and coaches and anybody who ever like supported me or poured into me. Mm-hmm. Like, I think about that aspect, and I think about the aspect that I put in mad years into this. Mm-hmm. So it would be corny to be like, oh, I lost, so I'm just gonna quit and give up. That's crazy.
Right.
Because literally, like, it's really not over until you really just say it's over.
Yeah.
Like, once you just like call it a day, then it's over. But if you still going at it, like if you still able to wake up, then you still got a chance to make something happen. Mm-hmm. So literally, like, I just be mad optimistic. Plus I got a kid. Okay. So like if I give up at my dreams that most people didn't believe in at first, or most people didn't support, you know, or barely even support now, you know, like, when she has something that she want to go after, she gonna be like, oh, well, dad quit, so I'm gonna quit. Right. You know, as long as I stay on my path, no matter what's happening, I know for a fact whatever she chooses to do, she gonna do the exact same thing. Right. So it's like I gotta set like a good example for her, and then anybody who like look up to me, because it's like kids outside of Buffalo that look up to me. Yeah. Like, you know, that know me. It's people who before Buffalo even knew like that I was good. Mm-hmm. They knew I was good, and they not even from here, you know, like from all over. So I gotta like, it's like just a mental thing. I just made up in my mind, like, no matter what, like, I gotta keep pushing. Yeah. And then that's literally how I bounced back from any of my losses. Like, I just keep pushing, because it wasn't like people could critique you and say whatever they want, but most people who critique me, like, they could never walk a mile in my shoes. Okay. They could never do what I do. Yeah. They could never at all achieve anything that I achieve. You know, their mental capacity isn't up there. Their physical capacity not up there. Like, they not even going after their own dreams. You know, it's easier to bash someone when they going for their dreams, because you chose to just live safe. Like, you chose to play it safe. It's easy to play it safe, like, honestly. It's harder to be like, to wake up every day,
take the risk. You
feel me? Yeah. And like every day you might be here at this level every day, but it just take one day for you to be up here.
That's right.
So
that's right, and I love that. Thank you for that. Confidence and sportsmanship, right?
Yeah.
It plays a big part in just, you know, especially the field that you're in, to be in, you know, the space that you're in. So thank you for that, and thank you for everything that you provide to everyone that you train. You know, it's important for people to know that there's people like you that are willing to help them with their dreams. And, you know, I'm sure we would have a lot more, you know, people boxing and things like that if they had the confidence builders that they needed to succeed, because it's not easy getting them, you know. Like I said, like I felt like very alone in my journey of becoming who I'm becoming. Like, I just felt like...
But that's how you know you're on the right path.
Yeah.
If you alone during your journey and it feel like, oh man, where is everybody else at? Like, how come nobody... You doing the right thing, because it's just a lonely journey, period, when you're doing the correct thing. It's never going to be a whole audience or everybody like tagging along. So...
Yeah. So, and it's like you said, like, I'm glad that, because even in the journey, sometimes I don't mind necessarily being alone, because sometimes I come up and I meet like crappy people.
Yeah.
Really crappy people.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of like reroutes me a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, being alone, I don't think is necessarily the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know, having a team is always good. Like having
Yeah.
a team to help you orchestrate what you're doing. But
Yeah.
as far as the vision and you know, and you know, the mental side of things, I've been doing great just being able to soak in the moment and just come up with my ideas as a visionary like that. So, but sometimes it do get lonely. And, you know, sometimes I'm like, I wish I had a friend that could just share this vision with me. You know, I have a friend, but like not one that would be willing to share the same vision. But just enjoying the process, I guess. Just got to enjoy the process. So thank you for that. So what, do you have like any like matches coming up? Anything that we should know that's coming up for you?
Yeah, I'm supposed to have a fight on March 22nd in Houston, Texas, but that's it's in this thing called Team Boxing League. It's like the NBA of boxing.
Oh.
So it's like it's new, but it's not new. It's been around for like I think the last 4 years. It's like the fourth year. So this the fourth season, I feel like, and I fought in it twice, so this would be my third time fighting in it. And they just picked like the best boxers they could find around, or they might get somebody from another country or something,
Okay,
like from Cuba or
best boxer
something.
they found around.
You feel me? So they get us, and the difference between this and like pro boxing and stuff, like you don't get to like pick who you fighting. You fighting someone who could fight, like a killer or something. So it's cool for people who want to challenge themselves. For the people who kind of don't, then it's kind of bad news for them, because then they get exposed. But it's cool though. It helps me out. Get your publicity up. You know, they promote you and stuff. You get to travel around the country and stuff. You get paid pretty good. So I got that. March 22nd. I got a fight in San Antonio, Texas, April 10th in that too. And then I got to defend my title in I think April 18th. I feel like at the Mohegan Sun Casino. So yeah, I got like mad stuff for this year.
Interesting. I love that for you. And you said defend your title. So tell us your title. Tell us what your title is.
So I won the WBC NABF world title. So I got that. So that's like underneath the WBC title. It's like a bunch of belts that's underneath. But I'm ranked in the top 20 of the NABF under that. So that's pretty cool, because before I wasn't ranked at nothing. So you feel me? And I had to beat a dude in his hometown who I think he was like 9-0 with 9 knockouts. So like I had to beat him, and I beat him every round. So
did you?
Yeah, so that was cool. I had won it in Miami. So it was like a movie like type of vibe.
I love that for you. I could just imagine that. I wish I was there. Oh, that sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
So I love that for you. So yeah, I hope that you defend that title good.
Yeah.
So I was listening to what you said about the event that you was doing March 22nd, you said. So that would basically be like ego versus skill, right? Because like for the people who aren't like that but just want to be in it just to be a part of the hype, is this where their ego and their skill is tested?
Yeah, it's just like, it's like if you nice, then it's gonna show that you're nice, and if you not,
so you better
day.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Don't be going up there for ego.
Yeah.
You better have them skills together.
Yeah, because it's only it's cool. It's only like 1 or 2 rounds. Like regular fights are like 4, 6, or 8, 10, or 12 rounds. Right. This is only 1 or 2 rounds. So the person that you in there with, they try to knock you out.
Oh,
and most people do be getting knocked out in like 1 round. It'd be crazy, but it's nice. It's lit. It's free too to watch. It'd be on YouTube and stuff. So it's dope. It's lit.
Well, you got this. I know that you do.
Yeah.
So just to wrap everything up, I would like you to tell everybody where they can follow you and how they can get connected with you as far as like the training and the boxing and everything goes.
All right. Well, so once again, my name is Charles Garner III. So all my social medias, my Instagram and my Facebook is Charles Garner III. So that's really easy to look up. Just hit me up if you're looking for one-on-one sessions. If you're trying to get your kids trained, if you're trying to do group classes, group sessions, it's all just inbox me and I got you. I'll put you on.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all follow him, inbox him for either you or your children. Make sure y'all tap into Hustle Season. This is Kitty Quinn Productions on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and make sure y'all don't forget to stay hustling.